recreational smoking and all that, stuff. And it's like, nah, that's not the basis of what 420 is about. That is some of the things people enjoy about it, but you gotta look at 420. Why 420? What is it about 420? I don't know if y'all into numerology or arithnomancy, which is the true term for numerology. It's arithnomancy. Like arithmetic, that's where you get arithmetic from, which is where you get mathematics from. So arithnomancy is numerology. That's the shit we into, arithnomancy. So if you look at 420 and equality, 4 plus 2 equals 6. 0 or cipher is self-explanatory. Alright, now I do have, I guess I would say, baby knowledge, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the nations of gods and earth, but I'm not shy about sharing what I know, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to supreme mathematics, you know what I mean, they got it laid out as knowledge, 1 is knowledge, 2 is wisdom, 3 is understanding, 4 is culture, you know what I'm saying, 5 is power, so, and 6 is equality, and 0 is a cipher, alright, so 9 is born, 8 means build or destroy, 7 means God, 7 means God Allah, to be specific, 7 means God Allah, and like I said, 6 means equality, 5 is power, 4 is culture, 3 is understanding, 2 is wisdom, and 1 is knowledge. So, keeping those in mind, based on the mathematics, right, 4 and 2, so you got 4 and 2, it's 420. You got 4, which is based on what? Culture. Culture. Cult. You know the word cult is in culture? I don't want to be part of no cult. I don't want to be part of no cult. The cult, that's devil worship. Word? Culture is devil worship? Culture. What do you think I'm saying when I say I have culture? See, so cults, I need to switch, pay attention to these words, man. They're not as bad as you really think when you really look at them. The word cult is in culture. So what is really a cult? I know. That's for you to know. Cult, culture, 4. Then you got 2. 4, 2, and 0. You have culture, then you got 2, which is what? Wisdom. Now, we need to get a very clear comprehension of what wisdom is. Because a lot of people think wisdom is just based on, this person's wise because they can see things coming, so they know how to talk to people or get things across without making too many waves. So that's called being wise. Wrong. Wrong. That's not what wise is. That's not what wisdom is. Wisdom is the actual manifestation based off the knowledge you have. So when you gain knowledge and then you actually put what you know into practice, like, if I know I'm not black or African American, I'm going to declare my nationality and put it on the record, and I'm going to speak and be that which I am. See? So now me, based on my knowledge, I'm putting it into application. Now I'm being wise. Now I'm participating in what you would call wisdom. Wisdom is based on manifesting. So if you know stuff, but you ain't doing nothing with it, you ain't wise. Wisdom is based on action, not based on what you know. What you know is called knowledge. Knowledge is what you know. What you do with what you know is called wisdom. So if you don't do nothing with what you know, what wisdom you talking about? You see? So let's clear up our perception of things. So now let's go back to the beginning. Culture, 4, 2 is wisdom. What you do with the culture. You see how that makes sense now? You see it makes sense? Knowledge is what you know, and the wisdom is what you do with what you know. If you don't do nothing with what you know, that ain't wisdom. You are lacking majorly in wisdom. So wisdom ain't got nothing to do with age or level of no. It does have something to do with experience, because that's part of wisdom. How can you gain experience? The only way to gain experience, that means that you're putting what you know in the application, and then you're getting feedback from what you're applying. That's called experience. you have culture. What are you going to do with the culture? What are you doing with your culture? Is your culture doing anything for you? And so now you got zero, cipher. You know what cipher means? Cipher is that big old black hole, that wheel that just keeps on spinning. Cipher. What's in your circumference? Cipher. I got a cipher on top of my crown right now. Cipher. What's going on in the cipher? Alright? So you got equality. Equality is the number 6. So you have culture, right? Plus wisdom. Culture plus wisdom equals equality. Alright? Because whatever goes into cipher equals out to itself. Cipher is just itself coming back around. That's what a cipher is. The wheel is a wheel. It's just coming back around. So if you have culture and wisdom and you put those things within a cipher, once you start mixing those things in that cipher, you mix in that little gumbo pot, bam! You know what you got? Equality. What is equality? Equality, right, or ITY, is the state, standing, or condition of. So ITY is the condition, the state, or the standing of being equal. Equal means we're on the same level playing field. Equal means my eye. Equal means balance. Equal means the scale has the same amount of weight on the right side that it does on the left side. It's balance. One side ain't heavier than the other. One side ain't lighter than the other. They are both equal. They have equal footing. They are eye to eye. Okay? Equality. So when you look at 420, coming into the fact that it's based on the new year, our true new year, which is March 21st, okay, the spring equinox, right, the shedding of the lamb's blood, which is the sun's rays. That's why during this time it gets a lot more sunny. You see more sun. It gets warmer because the sun is shedding its blood. I don't know if you realize, but blood, when it hits the oxygen, or when it hits oxygen, it's red, right? It's red, but once it hits oxygen, it turns blue. All right? So red becomes blue. So when it says shedding of the lamb's blood, the lamb, which is the ram, horns, Aries, March 21st, April. You understand now? So that's what it means. Aries. Aries also correlates from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. You know why? Because when you wake up, what's the first thing the sun hits? Your eye. What wakes first when you're waking up? Your eyes open up. From when you're sleeping, right? Don't your eyes open up? You see the day, it's my day. Take care, brush, whatever, do what I gotta do. But that's based on, everything's based on cosmology. So, equality, man. What are you doing in your life to create an environment of equality? Not just for you, although it's important that you have equality in your space, but also being mindful of other people in your space. Because honestly, if there's other people in your space that you don't care to be mindful of, what that means is they are vampires and you don't need them in your space, because you don't need to be concerned with things that you don't care about. That's called baggage. And according to the law of physics, in order to move on to greater things, you have to let go of baggage. You can't bring all the baggage with you and still think you're going to have room to receive new updates or new uploads. So you gotta let go. To get something new, you gotta let something go. That's how it goes. All right. So it can't be no hoarding. Can't be no hoarding. Can't be no hoarding at all. No hoarding at all. You gotta be willing to let go, not be attached to anything. Not be attached to nothing, man. Nothing. So, equality. You gotta be neutral. Equality is being still. It's being balanced. It's right in the center. Not too much, not too less. It's perfect. Right where it needs to be. Right in I love Friday because Venus is my ruling planet. So, and honestly, not all the BS, right? Venus is every melanated person's ruling planet. I'm going to tell you why. What is Venus? Venus is the planet of copper. Do you know that what we call melanated is really carbon? So we're a mixture of copper and carbon. Do you know how you get electricity? Is when you cause friction between two elements. Guess what those two elements are? Yeah, you guessed it, copper and carbon. So when you mix, or when you rub copper and carbon together, you get resonance. That's what we call electricity, power. Alright, so since Venus is the planet of copper, and we are all copper so-called colored peoples, which is really carbon-based peoples. The darker you are, that means the more carbon you hold. Okay? The more carbon you hold, the more electricity you're going to be able to make resonance with, because the inside of the skull, okay, the inside of the skull is covered in carbon. Okay? Carbon, and there's copper inside your brain. You see how that works? That's how you get headaches. Headaches come from copper overdose. So if you're drinking too much dandelion tea and you're catching headaches, that's why you're catching headaches. Or you're intaking too much copper. Your brain is made out of copper, so when you take too much copper, your brain overdose, and it tells you that it has too much in the form of a headache. Okay? So I'm showing you how all these things are combined. So when you have your brain copper rubbing against what? The inside of your skull, carbon is causing resonance. The more carbon you have, the more thoughts you have, the more ideas, the more open you are. Alright? Sun people, it's not that we're being bashful on other nations. This is all science. This is who we are. So there's no point in feeling bad about who we are. We intake sun, and it allows us to do this. That's it. There ain't no feelings after that. I can absorb sun, it allows me to do that. It allows me to do this, it allows me to do that. That's it. What do I do with this ability? That's up to me, right? So, just getting the principles down of absorption and ideas and melanin and Venus. So, if Venus is the planet of copper, then how could it not have something to do with you? That's the question I want somebody to answer. If you are melanated, right, and Venus is the planet of copper, then how could Venus have nothing to do with you? Impossible. So when I say happy holy day, I'm speaking to every living being, aboriginal, indigenous organism that is functioning here on this plane without a T. Okay? If you're here, then you're attached to Venus. Whether it's your ruling planet or not, whether what you're reading in your astrology things or whatever, it applies to everybody. Why? Because it's equal. Everyone has copper. Some way, shape, or form. More copper, less copper. You can say, us as indigenous peoples or Moors, we have more copper. The amalgamated Moors or the Europeans, they have less copper. But we can't forget the fact that there's still copper there. There's still copper there. I don't know if y'all peeped the video, the live I did the other day when I was building with Sister Gail, you know what I'm saying, and her mate Randy on, you know, the science, and we was talking about exactly how this is set up so she can bring the correlation between the Bible and the prophecies in the Bible and what's going on in real time today in Babylon. Because shit, this is Babylon, right? But somehow, some way, those who are protected or those who have the seal of God, in their forehead and not in their hand, that would be a RFID chip. So either you thinking or you chipped. Either you thinking or you chipped. Either you thinking or you chipped. If you read the Bible, those are the two seals. Either you're going to have the seal of the beast, right, which is the one that goes in your hand, because it's connected to the Social Security Administration Act, which is called 666. You see? You see how they play the games with the numbers? So, and you see, 666 again. Equality, equality, equality. But we don't look at it like that. We look at devil worship. The devil. The devil trying to get me. Nah, chill, man. Chill, chill, chill. Alright? So, based on that, like I said, the whole equality tip, if you put things in proper perspective, right? Amalgamated Moors, or what we recognize as white Moors. So we got to get past that, yo. Like, oh, the Europeans, like, yo, now's the time to love instead of hate. You know what makes loving real easy? When you realize y'all come from the same motherfucking place. It's just that there's more of you in one and less of you in another. That's it. If you would look at it like that, it'll be clear. When you look at another melanated being, that's more of yourself outside of yourself. When you look at European or Caucasian being, that's less of yourself outside yourself, but not in an offensive way. Like, goddamn, man, stop being sensitive, yo. Stop being sensitive about genes, and you know, everyone wants to go into RH and, you know, Reese's monkeys. Like, yo, first of all, we need to grow the fuck up. Because I'm tired of us as Moors still trying to bash Europeans and throw shit in their face. Like, why would I go and throw in their face, well, that's why you came from the Caucasus Mountains? Okay, who put him there? Did he put himself there? The fuck he didn't. We put him there. So now, we put him there. He did his time. You know what happened after he did his time? He got his motherfucking mind right. He plotted. You know what happened after he plotted? He ran the whole game, took over shit, wrote himself into your motherfucking history, wrote yourself out your motherfucking history, in front of your ass with your eyes wide open. Retaught your children, your ancestors, to be outside of themselves. And we still gonna talk shit in their face? Hello? Are you awake? Are you awake? You still in high school? Are we children? Or are we grown? Because last time I checked, they got our shit under occupation. The so-called Reese's monkey caveman dweller. You need to give that motherfucker some motherfucking respect. Not in a way of bowing down, but respect the godliness in that. That's God, nigga. To come from the Caucasus Mountains to running your nation? Tell me that ain't God. Tell me that ain't God sending your ass a message like, keep fucking with me and see if I won't overpower your ass. Regardless of how much more you think you are of me, there's still me inside this. You see? But y'all don't get that though. Y'all want to be on that pride, arrogant shit. Europeans, blah, 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 and it's not about that at all. We put them in power. They didn't put themselves in power. We put them in power. So what the hell do we have to say to talk shit about? They're doing what we told them to do. Okay, so we don't got time for hate. We don't got time to be separating, conquering, and divide. They spent the last 240 years establishing divide and conquerism. Okay, 240 years. That's how long the United States of America has been in existence. 240 years. Okay? This shit wasn't done overnight. For 240 years. Alright? This is what they got to show after 240 years. Corporate states, this setup, they got business everywhere. They did well. They did very well. And you know what? They lived up to George Washington's words in that damn letter. Because he said, you know, we don't got much now, but we will become of great use to you in the future. That's what he said in the letter. Well, look at them now. Very productive. They're holding up their end of the treaty. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is commerce. doing what they're doing. We not doing what we're supposed to be doing. They run into commerce, okay? We are running the law. But y'all don't get that. Because everyone looks at the UCCs as this law, right? Y'all don't understand. There's a distinction. The same way there's a distinction between Moors and between the Moorish Empire and the United States of America. I don't know what makes people think that it's the same shit. It's not. It's separate. They're opposite. One nation is Christian. The other nation is Islamic. What are you talking about? How could there be one and the same people? That's the whole point of having a treaty. So we could come to a goddamn meeting ground. So we don't have to end up taking each other's heads off. You know what? Since we don't agree on the religion and all that and how you conduct and act, I tell you what, your commerce is decent. And honestly, out of all the things I see, the most I would want to do with you is commerce. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to establish a treaty of peace, amity, and commerce. That way, we can do business, right? Even though you on my land, I'm going to give you permission to rock out because, you know, you didn't ask to be created. You didn't ask to be made. You didn't ask to be made sufficient in a way where you can't take the very thing that supplies life energy to every living organism on this planet. See, because nature didn't make the so-called European. We did. So that's our fuck up. Not theirs. They didn't ask us to make them. We made them. That's our fuck up. Grow up. Accept it. Stop blaming them for your shit. That's part of the karma too. You gotta stop blaming other people for your shit. It ain't Europeans' fault. Europeans ain't do nothing. You know why they ain't do nothing? Because they didn't ask to be created. So if they didn't ask to be created, it ain't their fucking fault. It's your fault. Eat that bullet, man. I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but swallow it. It's yours to swallow, not Europeans. Europeans ain't got shit to swallow. They doing what they need to do according to the laws of nature when it talks about preservation. You know, preservation of life. Okay, so if I was put in Caucasus Mountains where I had to figure out how to live, survive, you know what I'm saying, and go from phase to phase to phase, from now 2,000 years I'm in the mountain, now I'm outside, now I'm trying to get my shit right, now I'm living in shit, I'm dirty because I don't know how to live clean because I was put in Caucasus Mountains, I wasn't taught anything, just left up there for a few hundred years, so I had to fend for myself and learn how to survive. Like, really? Really? You gonna sit there and talk, oh, these niggas is dirty, they was disgusting, when you went into Europe, it was covered in feces and all that? Yeah, because we put them in the mountains. So guess what they did? They adapted to the environment we placed them in. Is that their fault? You could ask any psychologist right now with a fucking degree, 4-year, I don't care, bachelor's. They will tell you what I'm telling you now. It's not their fault. So for you to think it's their fault, something is psychologically wrong with you. That is not equality. You see how important 420 is, y'all? Equality. It's time to bring y'all back into equality. Because y'all not thinking right. Y'all don't have, or let me not say y'all. We do not have a superiority complex over Europeans. If you think you do, take that shit out your mind. Because anything that has happened to us over time has happened through our consent. Point blank, period. Anything that happens to us over time happens through our consent. You can't tell me it don't. Nothing that happened in your life happens without your consent. You allowed it first. Period. You allowed it. That's also another tough pill to swallow. It's called accountability. I know it's hard. It's called being accountable for your shit. And looking at something like, you know what? As easy as it is to blame another race of people or to blame someone else for the position I'm in, why not take another perspective and look at myself? What did I do to get into this situation? Or what could I have done to avoid this situation? You see, that's the difference between a minor and a major. Minority, majority. Alright? So, I'm not mad at nobody. I don't think y'all should be mad at nobody. And y'all shouldn't be fucking with nobody who's still mad at Europeans because it's not their fault. How can you be mad at Pinocchio if Pinocchio's fucking shit up Geppetto's just over there chilling, sipping his cup of coffee, nobody looking at him. Nobody, not even blinking an eye at Geppetto, but it's all Pinocchio's fault. And that's what we doing. We like, yo, it's Pinocchio's fault. It's Pinocchio's fault. It's Pinocchio's fault. It's not Pinocchio's fault. Like, sister sent me the video the other day. Sister Gail, she sent me the video the other day of the Moors. You know what I'm saying? She was talking about when they got stopped and, you know, they were very vile and they end up getting like pepper sprayed, you know what I'm saying, while they was in the car and taken out, and after that the video got wiped out and stuff like that. She was like, you know, these type of scenarios what I was talking about. Where I'm saying like, yo, it's not, you see, so that scenario is a scenario where it's like, yo, the underlying context is I'm Aboriginal Indigenous, you're a colonizer, I hate you. You destroyed my ancestors, you're fucking me over, you're still trying to enslave me, so now I'm fighting. And it's like, I get that, but there's a way to fight, right? You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So in essence, when I say that, I'm saying that because I don't think people realize that this is not a knife fight. This is not a gunfight. This is not a brutality fight. It's none of those fights. You know what type of fight it is? It's called a trust fight. You know why you never heard that before? Because I just made the shit up. So you can understand what I'm saying. It's called the trust fight. You know, I know what a trust is, right? So the only way to fight a trust is with a trust. The same way, the only way to defend yourself against the affidavit is with another affidavit. You don't defend the affidavit with emotion. You don't. This affidavit, you got to respond affidavit, point for point. So it's the same thing. If we're getting dominated, utilized by a trust that was created by the Pope, you know what I'm saying? We call that the Seste QV Trust, or whatever. Or when he started putting out the papal bulls, you know what I'm saying? The Intercatera Divina, the Doctrine of Discovery. These are all. This is a trust. The trust is the Creator has sanctioned them, or God has sanctioned them to go across the earth, and if they find people who do things other or outside of what they are known, then those people are known as pagans. They don't have the Lord with them, and they have the right to conquer them and train them in the way of their Lord. Huge fucking assumption. Very, very bad assumption. You know, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So not only did the Pope make an ass out of himself, but he also made an ass out of me and my ancestors with that dumbass papal bullshit. But I ain't mad at him, because when it was passed, it ain't like we was on the same par. It's not like we weren't arguing amongst each other as Moors. So once again, who do we got to blame? Even if you look today, who's the people they got in the social media or on the tell lies to your vision screen when it comes to the black so-called leaders? They don't got Europeans up there. When they put out Black Lives Matter shit like that, that's funded by European people. They don't have European people. They don't have European people's faces on the forefront. Nah, they got melanated people's faces on the forefront. So it's not them. It's not them, y'all. It's us. So the lesson of equality today is not nobody. There's nobody causing you nothing to yourself. The reason why you were suffering is because you didn't know. Now that you know, learn to be wise and apply that which you know. Once you apply that which you know, then you are now a master of your own universe. There's no one to be mad at. You're in control of everything. Now you understand everything. You understand why things happen how they happen, and why they needed to happen, and why we needed to get kicked off our fucking high horse because we were very arrogant. We were way out of line, yo. So the only way to humble our shit, because we were like, oh man, we're God. Look at what we have created. We have created a thing that looks like us. It lives, it breathes. Oh, we are amazing. We are everything. You see, we got too cocky and arrogant. So the universe is like, yo, we gotta level them out. They're getting a little bit too crazy. They're gonna be a danger to themselves with this type of attitude. So what's the best way to do that? You take the being that we were shitting on the most, right? Because we looked at them as less than, because of the fact they couldn't take the sun. Is that their fault or our fault? Is their fault for them constructing themselves the way they can't take the sun? Or did we fuck them over like that? You see? So now, once again, still being arrogant and shit. So the universe is like, we're gonna take you down. You put them in the caves, cool. We're gonna raise these niggas up and they gonna run you. Boom. They started on all fours, they gonna end up on all twos, and you gonna be on all fours. You see how the shit work? They started on all fours, now they're on all twos. You started on 2, now you're on all 4. That's called karma. So when they say the karmic So when they say the karmic debt has been paid. Okay. I hear you. So when they say the karmic debt has been paid, it has been paid. So if you're still here hating and being mad at Europeans, you're wasting your time and your energy. Stop it. Let it go. Move on to bigger and better things. And just do what you need to do. Alright? And with that being said, fam, I'm going to go because I'm where I need to be. And I'm hella slowing down traffic right now. So I'm going to do what I need to do. Get out of here. My family, happy holy day. Remember, man, stay true to equality. Stay true to equality. Alright? Be equal. Peace.